Hey folks, it is the 8th of September and Jer here with the news. Sorry for the late upload today. For those waiting on it, this thing is causing me problems. I'm having a bad mic day. So there's a little bit of news. We'll get around it. Mostly internal stuff today, but we'll start off with some team news. And Rasmus Kristensen is now expected to be out of action for Leeds for 2 to 3 weeks max. It is said that this is due to the injury that he picked up prior to the Brentford game, and this does give opportunities for the likes of Luke Ayling or Cody Drama to come back into that side. I thought Ayling was excellent when he came in against Brentford the other day. Drama was fine, no issues there, and if he wants to get more minutes and establish himself as a first choice right back, this could be a really good opportunity for him as well. It'll be interesting to see which way Jesse goes against Forest. Does he stick with Drame or does he bring Luke back in? I have a personal preference of bringing Luke back in and bringing Cooper back in and just settling that defence down a little bit. My personal preference. Plus, I think Luke Ayling's going to do great on the march. I keep saying it. I think he's going to have some fantastic moments for Leeds. Sticking with Luke Ayling and moving on to some contracts that are expiring within the club that Leeds may look at and may not look at for some senior players. Luke Ayling's deal is expected to finish in the summer. And any new deal is likely to bring Bill up to being 33, 34 years of age. So it's a big contract for Leeds to consider the age group that he's at, what's coming through in the youths, and do they want to keep him around? I would think it's a no-brainer to keep him around, given the impact he has in the dressing room and given what kind of a player he is around the squad as well. With a lot of young players coming through, you want to have these experienced heads, these calmer heads on the team that can step up and help the younger players. And we've seen before with Bill when Leeds have been in low moments, him stepping forward to do interviews so that other people don't have to. So I would love to see him stay there. Joel Robles, who signed a 1-year deal with Leeds, we're already into this situation. We're talking about contracts expiring for a player we just signed. He does have a 12-month option on his deal, but Leeds will look at that probably just after January when he comes into that pre-contract area. But again, I'd be shocked if Leeds don't automatically renew that 12 months deal. No point bringing him in to sit on the bench if you're not going to keep him for at least 2 seasons. So that'll be an interesting one. Moving to the 2-year category of contracts that are remaining, Liam Cooper, the club captain, is said to have 2 years left on his deal, and this will probably be the last contract he will get if he is offered a renewal. Again, given that he's a Leeds fan, given that he's a fantastic leader behind the scenes, another person you want to keep around the place as long as you can. You want these younger centre halves coming through like Stroke and like Charlie Cresswell to learn from people like Cooper. So I may criticise Cooper from time to time for the moments of rashness that he has in his game, but I'll never question how much he cares about Leeds and how much he gives when he plays for Leeds. He wears his heart on his sleeve and a fantastic servant to Leeds and a Leeds fan. It would be nice to see him finish his career at Leeds, I think, personally. Stuart Dallas, who will be given time to recover from his broken femur, is said to have 2 years also remaining on his deal, and Leeds will look at this probably into the last year of his deal. They will let it go a bit longer just to see how the recovery goes with him. But you would imagine, seeing as we've done it with Berardi and seeing as we've done it with Aaron Forshaw, Leeds will give him time to recover before they extend his deal anyway. So that would be nice to see. Speaking of Adam Forshaw, he is now in the last 2 years of his new deal. And if he can get past his little niggles and these little injuries, he could still be an important player for Leeds. He has a huge amount of energy when he comes into the park and games. And that defensive box area in front of our back four, he does some incredible clean-up work in there. And again, another valuable player to keep hold of. And then the most interesting one of all of them is Matthias Klick. We have heard rumours already this year that maybe he could leave the club. He's at an age now where he's going to want to play. He's not looking at a final contract here. He's going to want to play. And it's going to be interesting to see, do Leeds cash in on him and try and recoup some money for him in January or the end of the season? Or will Leeds offer him a new deal? Or will Leeds just let his contract expire? It's going to be a strange one in that wheelhouse to see what happens. But a player I would like to see stay at Leeds and find that form that he had in this for our first season in the Premier League. And I don't think he's far off, but he's looked really good when he's come on. And he's a popular figure. I think everyone wants Clicky to be back to his best. So fingers crossed on that one. Moving to players that are out of the club at the moment but are still connected with the club. Ian Poveda is attracting a huge amount of praise from his manager Michael Appleton. The Blackpool manager said that he has been very good for the club so far, and that when they brought him in to change their style, and that he has been pivotal in that, and it has really, really worked. He said he has been a part of a lot of big moments that have come down to just Poveda. And this is great. I'm a big Ian Poveda fan, and I really want to see him do well and get a break. You look at the clubs that he's played for, there's quality in there. Someone has to get it out of him at some point. I would love to see him come back to Leeds next year and be a fantastic asset to the squad. He clearly has a lot of ability. He's just been desperately unlucky with injuries and trying to get a run at games. He's been in and out with certain managers and then got injured and then went out on loan and got injured and came back and got injured. So I hope he gets a good run at Blackpool this season and he can sort out those injuries. Also getting praise from his manager is Charlie Cresswell. Gary Rowett saying today that he has been excellent since coming into the team, that he didn't expect any of his squad players to play in all of the 46 games this season, but he's played in 7 of 9, and he said that his timing and aggression is fantastic for a player of his age. He said he still has things to learn about his game, and he will learn that this season, but that he's also chipped in with some massive goal moments as well. Charlie Cresswell, change his position, make him a big number 9 striker. It was done with Gary Kelly. Do it with Charlie Cresswell. Let's have a look at him. But great to see Charlie Cresswell doing well. And Gary Rowett is a good coach to work under, so he's only going to get better. A brief update on injuries, and Rodrigo has shared on his Instagram this morning a brief update of him getting his shoulder stretched out, and all the caption says is all good. Now, does that mean he's all good for Forest? Does that mean he's all good for coming back after the international break? Jesse Marsh, when Rodrigo got injured, did say that he expected him to be 2 to 3 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks, but be back after the international break. But he also said that Rodrigo himself had said he reckoned he'd be back in a lot sooner time than that. It would appear that they've avoided a lot of the messy injuries you can get in there. But you've got your labrum that you can tear. You've got a membrane on top of the shoulder joint which can get broken or burst, and that can cause problems. There's ligaments and tendons and muscle damage and everything in there. It's crazy amount of space in there. To avoid injury in that area long term is great. So he looks like it's only just a pop out and a pop back in, and that's okay. So fingers crossed for Rodrigo. We do have him back for the Forest game. Another asset up front we could do with him. And moving on then to the last 2 bits. The under-21s will return to play in Ellen Road on September the 16th in a Friday night game against Southampton. Anyone who is interested in taking information from that, you can get it from the Leeds United website. Tickets are available there. There's also the categories as well, the list of members and season ticket holders and all that stuff is there if you want to have a check that out as well. But great to see the under-21s get a chance to play back under the Ellen Road lights again. Good game to go and see on a Friday night. That'd be a good game. This is a good under-21 team. There's a lot of really good players in this team. It's an exciting bunch of players. And then finally, it's a sad note to finish on, but we wouldn't be doing our jobs correctly if we didn't remember Gary Speed on his birthday. So happy birthday, Speedo. Incredible servant for Leeds, Everton and Newcastle, the clubs you played for, and sorely missed by everybody. But happy birthday, Gary. And folks, that'll bring us to the end of the news today. All internal stuff pretty much at the moment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to continue to support the channel, there's a subscribe button over here. You can press if you want to help me with that. You don't have to. If you just want to come in and watch the content, I've no issue with that. I'm not doing this for anything outside of just doing it. So, again, as always, thanks to everybody who watched the content, and I will see you tomorrow for more news. Bye.